Today, we are going to talk about the Office of Civil Rights Compliance, which includes an overview of Title IX and Title VI, what the office does, and how it relates to your role as an RA. These are the objectives for today's session. You will learn the role of the Office of Civil Rights Compliance in responding to issues of sexual misconduct. You will learn how students are supported through incidents of sexual misconduct by the Office of Civil Rights Compliance. You will also learn your role in providing support to students. You will notice throughout this presentation the use of both legal/official language and advocacy language interchangeably. You will see the term complainant used a number of times. A complainant is a survivor of sexual misconduct. This summer, the office has formally transitioned from the Office of Institutional Equity and Title IX Compliance to the Office of Civil Rights Compliance, a change designed to better reflect the full scope of the office's responsibilities and provide a clearer path for community members seeking support. The Office of Civil Rights Compliance oversees the university's compliance with major federal civil rights laws, including Title IX and Title VI. While many people are familiar with Title IX through conversations about sex-based discrimination and sexual misconduct, the office's work extends much further, addressing concerns connected to race, national origin, shared ancestry, disability, gender, and other protected characteristics. Our office is providing this information about Title VI so RAs can learn how to identify these sorts of issues when they arise, provide support and resources to those in need. Share who the Title VI coordinator is and what the office does to support students. Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits discrimination based on race, color, or national origin at institutions receiving federal funding. The law also applies to discrimination tied to shared ancestry or ethnic characteristics, making it increasingly relevant as colleges and universities navigate incidents involving anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, racism, and national origin discrimination. In practice, that protection can apply in a range of situations. A student targeted for wearing a yarmulke or Star of David, a student harassed for wearing a hijab, or a faculty member mocking a student's accent or native language. The discovery of explicit racist graffiti, such as swastikas or nooses, in dormitories or student unions. In these cases, the Office of Civil Rights Compliance reviews both the conduct itself and the impact it had on the individual experiencing it. Title VI discrimination includes discrimination based on perceived or actual race, color, national origin, shared ancestry or ethnic characteristics, or citizenship or residency in a country with a dominant religion or distinct religious identity, racial, ethnic, or ancestral slurs or stereotypes, accents, foreign names, or names commonly associated with a particular shared ancestry or foreign language, skin color, physical features, or style of dress that reflects ethnic and religious traditions. This explicitly extends Title VI protections to students who are, or are perceived to be, Jewish, Muslim, Sikh, Hindu, and other groups. Governor Kathy Hochul signed landmark legislation, making New York the first state in the nation to mandate that every college and university appoint a Title VI coordinator. This is the core mandate, to designate a central point of contact responsible for coordinating and overseeing the institution's compliance with Title VI. PACE's core obligations: designate a coordinator, Bernard Dufresne, provide annual notification, conduct annual trainings, and maintain centralized records. This is the role of colleges and universities. Ensure a welcoming and supportive school environment. Designate and maintain a Title VI coordinator to receive reports of discrimination or harassment. After receiving a report, the Title VI coordinator or designee will offer supportive measures, notify the person filing the report of the school's policies and procedures, ensure there is a process for investigation and resolution of the complaint. These are some potential actions to address Title VI concerns. Disciplinary measures: revising policies and procedures to prevent future violations, providing additional training to staff and students, issuing statements to school or campus communities, offering counseling and academic support services to affected individual. Title IX reads, "No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Some examples of possible Title IX incidents include sexual assault and violence. A student reports being sexually assaulted on campus by another student. Sexual harassment. A student reports unwanted touching by another student. Stalking and dating/domestic violence. A student reports that another student is following them around campus, to and from class, and while at the dining hall daily. The Title IX coordinator must ensure compliance, investigate complaints, provide training and education to all faculty/staff and students, and track and report compliance for the university. Here are the Title IX requirements. An institution must respond promptly when it has actual knowledge of sexual harassment that occurred within the school's education program or activity. This is how Title IX sexual harassment are defined. Conduct on the basis of sex that satisfies one or more of the following. 1. Quid pro quo. An employee of the recipient conditioning the provision of an aid, benefit, or service of the recipient on an individual's participation in unwelcome sexual conduct. 2. Hostile environment. Unwelcome conduct determined by a reasonable person to be so severe, pervasive, and objectively offensive that it effectively denies a person equal access to the recipient's education program or activity. Or 3. Clary/FAWA. Crimes, sexual assault, dating violence, domestic violence, or stalking. A report and formal complaint are two distinct documents. Only the complainant, the person who experienced the sex-based misconduct, legal parent or guardian, or Title IX coordinator may file a formal complaint. A formal complaint requests and generally initiates an investigation. Any other person, an RA, an academic advisor, and a faculty member can make a report on sex-based misconduct on behalf of a complainant. That report will not initiate an investigation. Instead, upon receipt of a report, the Office of Civil Rights Compliance, OCRC, will contact the complainant, if known, and offer supportive measures and review the Title IX process. That may lead to the complainant filing a formal complaint and the initiation of an investigation. These are some common barriers to reporting. Not wanting others to know, shame and/or guilt, fear of retaliation, not knowing how to report, being unsure of whether what happened constitutes assault, fear the university will make them go through an investigation, fear of getting in trouble if drugs/alcohol was involved. The Title IX coordinator reaches out to the complainant and offers supportive measures and explains options, including reporting to law enforcement and initiating the university's grievance process. Supportive measures. Informal resolution. Grievance process, investigation, for example. Law enforcement/police. None of the above or all of the above. These are supportive measures. Individualized services offered as appropriate, as reasonably available, and without fee or charge without unreasonably burdening the other party or parties. They are designed to restore or preserve, to the extent practicable, access to the university's educational programs and activities and protect the safety of all parties. Supportive measures are available whether complainants choose to file a formal complaint or not. These are some examples of supportive measures. Changes or adjustment in academics, such as the extension of deadlines or other course-related adjustments, or allowing a withdrawal from a course without penalty. Changes to housing, transportation, and campus working situations if those changes are requested by a party and reasonably available. Mutual no-contact orders, access to campus escorts or other reasonable security or monitoring measures, and counseling services. An informal resolution is a resolution that the parties, the person making the allegations and the accused person, agree upon to address the situation. This is a voluntary process, and no party may be forced to accept an informal resolution. The informal resolution process can be at any time after the filing of a formal complaint and prior to a determination. Both parties must voluntarily agree in writing to participate, and the process can be ended at any time by either party. Agreement may include items such as changes to class or housing assignments, training, or community service. The parties may elect to leave the informal resolution process at any point until the informal resolution process is concluded. The university's grievance procedure includes a formal investigation process. The outcome of a grievance process is either that the person accused of sex-based misconduct is found either responsible or not responsible for having committed a violation of this policy. A violation results in appropriate sanctions and other remedies to address the violation. For sex-based misconduct that falls outside of Title IX, the university's process is similar to the Title IX process, except there is no hearing. In your role as an RAU, provide services to residents in all aspects of residents' life. Ensure the welfare of the students. Educate residents to create an environment that respects the rights and privacy of others. Respond to student behavior that violates community standards. Uphold these policies and procedures fairly and consistently. Keep in mind, you do not need to be a Title IX or Title VI expert to support a resident. Your role is to listen, validate their feelings, and direct them to resources. Once your report is submitted, you may not hear about the report or situation again. You may see the respondent in and around campus. That does not mean our office is not managing the incident and those involved. The complainant may choose whether to file a complaint, police report, both or neither. If you get a question you don't know the answer to, don't make something up. Tell student you will find out and get back to them. Here is the contact information for the Office of Civil Rights Compliance. Thank you.